We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Tutto Calabria. It is the Calabrian hot honey. And all the way from Italy, all the way smack dab from Italy. Place I would love to go someday. All right. So let's see here. We got honey, Calabrian chili, and salt. And where's this out of? Let's see. I don't know where that is. I'm not familiar enough with Italy to know what those designators are, but I saw this, and so Calabrian chili is definitely one of my. It's one of those peppers for me that is kind of come about a little bit more lately. That I've always loved Calabrian chili, and I'm happy to see it. I think it makes a fantastic sauce a lot of the time. So I was kind of interested to see. Generally, it doesn't get particularly hot, but sometimes there will be a little bit more of a push, and occasionally they'll put things like, habaneros in there and that sort of thing. So I thought, hey, why don't we just see what this is all about? I didn't notice it was orange blossom at the time I got it. So let's see, can we just not come off? It looks threaded, okay. Very dark, rich. I don't know if I've ever had honey from Italy before. Get a little not in love with this, but that's fine. Well, whatever, we'll roll with it. Oh, look at that. Deep, dark, rich, gorgeous looking honey. I don't expect to see any particles of pepper in here. We may, I would be surprised. Very, very thick though. This is the orange blossom with the chilies and the salt, but it to me, this just looks like normal honey. Now, I'm kind of interested to see where they're going with this because there is no vinegar in this. It reminds me a little bit kind of what they were doing with, the Heinz did a hot honey as well. And the review for that should be up and available right here on YouTube if you guys want to check that out. But with that one, they were trying to make something that was not quite a honey, but definitely not quite a hot sauce either. So I'm kind of curious if that's where they're going with this as well. Not so much with the chiles, but with the salt that's in there. So I'm really intrigued here. But you can see it's a gorgeous looking color, just beautiful. It looks like a fantastic spoon of honey here. And let's just get on into it. Wow. That is wondrous. Wow. Wow. There's a little bit of a tingle there. Nothing too crazy, but that is easily one of the best hot honeys I've ever had. That is magnificent. Holy moly, that is good. Wow. I mean, there's, by this point, as I'm filming this, there isn't, but I believe by the time this is posted, there will be a hot honeys and syrup playlist. If not, check out the sweets playlist. But I've done quite a few hot honeys, and I don't think I called any of them magnificent before. This is spectacular. Wow. It is so many things at once. It's complex, it's rich, it's got the sort of orange blossom aspect to it. And those Calabrian chilies are just, I think they're one of the better flavored peppers out there. And wow, just to great effect here. It's not salty. There's not a lot of salt. The salt is, I think, probably just there to enhance the peppers. Wow, that is. I wasn't expecting that. I'm kind of blown away here. That's really good. Like, it's not particularly hot. It's not challenging as far as heat goes, but man, it is an amazing thing to behold. It is just dazzling. Wow. All right, so I've got honey on fried foods. I thought was kind of interesting. What's weird is that I forgot. I used to do that all the time at KFC. Back when I still ate at KFC, I would go there. I would get their extra crispy tenders, and I would use usually honey, but sometimes a combination of honey. Their honey is very sweet because it has sugar in it as well. But I would use the honey and like a Louisiana style sauce, buffalo sauce, whatever they had, and I would kind of have those two together. And that's how I used to like those strips. And I got pretty deep into, honey on my English muffin with peanut butter thing. And you've seen that a number of times if you watch the other videos. So this one, I probably will use that for, because this is actually, it's sweet enough that I think that's going to work well. But I'm really interested, and this is kind of where honeys sometimes fall down on other foods is, like this, the fried shrimp here is fairly one note. It is, shrimp doesn't have a much of a flavor to it. The batter is fairly neutral. And this is definitely kind of a sweet, but I'm interested to see if you have just regular honey, it becomes too one note-y, too many one notes. This one, though, has such a complexity going on. I'm really curious to see what this does. So let's splash it on here. And this, I think I've found one day just messing around on Amazon, I think I probably needed free shipping or something, but all right, I don't want to use, this is not this is a 6-ounce bottle, I believe, right in that area. And this is not an inexpensive honey. So this is actually per ounce kind of one of the more expensive ones. But it is, so you wouldn't want to do this a lot, but it is such a nice change of pace. I really like that honey. That's really good. Was just, like I said, blown away. So let's see how it goes here on these shrimps. And I hope it went well because I hit all of them. It is so unusual and distinctive. I like it, but we need a little bit more. I don't know that I would do this frequently. It's really, really interesting, though. It's like one of those things that you come across and go, wow, that is fascinating. It really is. This is a good base for that honey. The honey is so good. We'll see if we can get any kind of heat push out of it. This, I'll tell you right now, would be stunning in a black tea. If you like tea and honey, this would be mind-blowing. I'm almost tempted to whip up a cup of tea just so I can try it. Usually I drink my tea black, just straight black. I mean, you have to buy a high enough quality tea to be able to do that. The cheaper teas like the Liptons and junk like that, that's where I need sweeteners. It's a little too warm today to do that also. I don't really want to have a hot tea right now. But man, wow. What a delight. It is so good. Some people do a tour of, mustards and stuff. If you look around on the site long enough, you'll see that I've done almost kind of a hot honey tour. I'm trying to cover them, try to cover all the maple syrups. As many of the mustards as I can get my hands on. Different categories in the playlist, just depending on what your interest might be, but I try to be thorough. As a food explorer, that's what we like to do. We like to compare and contrast. This is so good, and it's so unique, and it sets itself apart so well. Even though it was expensive for this little bottle, I am not mad at it, even slightly. I would say it is fine. It's fair. I'm a fan. Good. Calabrian peppers, how are you going to go wrong? But I think there's also a really, really good honey there as well. That's where you have to start, right? You have to start with good honey. And to be honest, I think that's where a lot of the honeys that you come across can fall down. Where they're trying to make something that's, sort of a honey flavored liquid. Almost all the fast food places that offer honey do this. Honey and sugar. For me, that's not worth eating. I mean, if you're gonna have something good. Better yet, you can have something great or spectacular like this is. So, what do we think about this? Well, I've been glowing for this whole video about this. Would I say it's the best honey ever? Best outright, probably not. I don't know that I would say any honey is the best outright, though, so take that with a grain of salt. I would say this is definitely in the running. Easily top 2 or 3, though, for sure, if it's not the best outright. Just a brilliant, brilliant thing here. Flavor-wise. Heat, it is a little flickering there, but I would say it's largely inconsequential. It's not meant to be melt your face off, though. It is definitely meant to be more of a high-quality flavor. And Italy, I don't think really does. Like, I've had a number of, at least I've had some sauces. I shouldn't say a number because I don't actually know, but I have had some sauces from Italy directly, right? And they don't really go in for heat too much. I've noticed it's more of a comprehensive flavor profile. So you can get individual stuff, but then you can also get the whole. And I think that's a really good approach, from a foodie perspective. And that's really what a lot of those, Euro countries kind of get to, is they get to an overall comprehensive foodie approach. Whereas the UK and Canada and America here, we're trying to, see how if we can set ourselves on fire. There might be a few other countries as well, but those 3, I think, definitely that is more so the case than not. But anyway, Tutto Calabria, Calabrian hot honey, well worth getting. But you know, you splurge a little bit for this one. It is worth it. All right, and there we go for this time. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.